Hey, meet Max, not your average cat. He's a muscular, heavyweight lifting, selfie-loving legend with a fan base bigger than some countries. He casually knows rock stars Tom Cruise and Donald Trump. Max is basically famous. However, Max has two tiny problems. One, he has no girlfriend. Two, he forgets everything after 5 minutes. Every time Max charms a girl cat and asks her to dinner, 5 minutes later, he's staring at her like, hey, do I know you? Smooth, right? And when Max looks in the mirror, flexing those massive muscles, he proudly asks, who's that handsome guy? Only to blink in confusion and mutter, wait, who am I again? One day, Max got a job as a chef at a fancy hotel. He started cooking a delicious pizza, but 5 minutes later, he forgot what he was making. He threw in toothpaste, socks, and even a shoe into the recipe. When he served it to the customers, they freaked out and started yelling. Max was immediately fired, but don't worry, and 5 minutes later, Max completely forgot he ever had a job and went back to living his best clueless life, me flexing in the mirror like a true legend. Max decided to become a fitness trainer. He created a workout plan, but 5 minutes later, he forgot what exercises he was supposed to do. He ended up doing cat yoga with his clients, teaching them to perfect their downward-facing cat pose. The clients loved it, and soon Max's gym was the hottest spot in town. Max was thrilled, but 5 minutes later, he forgot he was a famous trainer and went back to chasing laser pointer. Now, Max decided to become a detective. He put on shades, grabbed a notepad, and started solving a missing sandwich case. But 5 minutes in, he forgot he was the detective and became the suspect. He accused himself, arrested himself, and locked himself in a closet. 5 minutes later, he came out like nothing happened, flexing and yelling, "Case closed?" Sees a beautiful cat walking by. Max, wow, she's the one, I'm in love? 5 minutes later, Max, hey, who's that? She looks kinda cute. Love cat. You just told me you loved me? Max blinking. Wait, are we dating? Every time Max falls in love, he forgets he fell in love. But that's okay, because to Max, every girl is his first love again and again. Max texting himself, remember her with heart emojis, then forgetting the passcode to his phone. Someone stole the hotel manager's golden fish statue. Max put on his detective coat with sunglasses, of course, and started sniffing clues, literally. He questioned the janitor, interrogated the bellboy, and even tried to arrest a vacuum cleaner. Just when he found the real thief, ding! 5 minutes passed. Max forgot everything Max was mid-arrest when he forgot what he was doing. He looked at the thief holding the golden fish statue and said, whoa, nice trophy, is it mine? The thief nodded. Yep. Max, cool. He high-fived the thief, posed for a pic with him, and walked away. An hour later, security was still confused. The statue was missing again, and Max, he was doing yoga in the lobby fountain, wearing crime scene tape like a headband. I don't understand this, how the statue miss again. Explain it. One day, Max decided to get fit and declared, I'm running 10 miles today. But after just 1 mile, he forgot why he was running and hid behind a trash can, whispering, am I being chased? Convinced he was on a spy mission, whispered to himself, they must be after me, I've uncovered something big. He started sneaking around in circles, but 5 minutes later, he forgot why he was sneaking and ended up sitting on the curb asking a street vendor for a hot dog. He took a bite, shrugged, and said, well, I guess the world can wait, and this is the important stuff. One day, Max saw a poster that said, Gorilla Challenge, winner gets a banana trophy. Without hesitation, he flexed and shouted, I was born for this. 5 minutes into the challenge, he stood face to face with a massive real gorilla. But Max had already forgotten why he was there. He looked up and said, nice costume, bro, and tried to high-five the gorilla. The gorilla roared. Max panicked and ran in circles, yelling, the banana is alive. 5 minutes later, he was back home holding a banana from his fridge and whispering, I won. One day, guests showed up at Max's house for a dinner party. Max greeted them with a chef's hat saying, I welcome. Gourmet experience await. 5 minutes later, he forgot they were guests and asked, who are you people and why are you in my kitchen? He served cereal in teacups, sat on the table instead of a chair, and gave a speech about his imaginary restaurant. 5 minutes later, he flexed in front of the mirror and said, those fans really love me. The guests quietly let themselves out. Max decided to take photos to help him remember things. Genius idea, oh, he said, snapping selfies with his fridge, his yoga mat, even his left foot. 5 minutes later, he looked through the photos and gasped, who are all these people? He got suspicious and shouted, I'm being followed. Then he took a photo of himself yelling it to remember the moment. 5 minutes later, he was flexing with the camera and smiling, wow, this guy's photogenic, I hope we're friends. Max the legend, the lover, the lost memory machine. The legend, the muscles, and the memory span of a goldfish.